Hey folks, this is Jeff with the Junkyard Kid channel, and we got the Edsel parted out as I needed for now, and pretty soon it's going to head back to the east yard. But there's a few little tidbits of information I wanted to share, especially those that are interested in restoring these to the proper level, I guess you could say. And I actually had some people question me this. A while back we worked on a 58 Edsel Roundup, pretty rare one, called the service roundup. Maybe I'll get into details on that later at some other video. But this is a heat shield for the passenger side that if you had dual exhaust, this heat shield was placed on. You had these J nuts or U nuts here. They screw down from the top. This being as rusty as it is, I just cut them off. And I actually just cut off a chunk of the floor on this side here. And the car's rotten, it don't matter. Now a guy can pull this off a little easier, grind the top of the bolts off or whatever. But the thing I wanted to show, all of these cars, and this actually applies to most all Ford products, probably from, I'm not sure how far back, we'll say 52, 53 maybe, well into probably early 60s. You notice there's this kind of a grayish green color. That's the color the underside of all of these Ford products were painted. Didn't matter if it was a Ford, Mercury, Edsel, you know, they all were that way. But now you look here, the heat shield, which is put on only if you got dual exhaust, is black. And I remember some people kind of questioning, well, is that supposed to be that way or not? And it, you know, from a restoration perspective, it looks kind of goofy because the underside of the car is all painted this shade of kind of an OD green. And then you have this black piece there. Well, that's how they did it from the factory. And that's one neat thing sometimes about having these cars that are junked out, so to speak, that you can look and see that, yeah, okay, there's no questioning that this is black, and that's the green undercoating. And I don't know if you can tell in the light, you can even kind of learn what gloss level it is, and it definitely is, at the very least, a semi-gloss. And then another tidbit of, I guess, trivia information. This car, you can't tell it anymore because it's all faded away. You can see some here was white. You had the white scallop and the white roof, and the rest of the body was blue. And, well, one would think, since the majority of the car is blue, that the blue would be painted first and then the white. But no, actually, and there again, this would apply to most Ford products, not sure about GM, they actually painted the white first, because I can actually take my finger here and catch the blue, which tells me that's over the white. And I believe the reasoning was, and it kind of makes sense when the guy thinks about it, is that you'd want to paint first the section that would be easiest to tape off. And the way these cars are, you know, you paint it all white, and then you tape off the roof and the scallop, and then go to town with the blue. So just a little bit of useful or useless information, depending how I look at it. And this is ready to be pulled out to the east yard. Got a few bits I'm going to pull off the hood yet, just because they're handy. And there's still pieces that can get sold yet. We got a power steering set up yet, or not power steering, power brake booster. Actually, it's a manual steering car. And there's some pieces inside. Maybe a few knobs. They are starting to get kind of cracked. That's kind of a weakness on these things. I mean, you know, things only 60-some years old. Golly, why didn't they make it last forever? You know, we got a radio in there, and not much else, because it is rusty, but it's doing its job, helping other Edsels live. As we have a drive shaft, and this rear end, and the bumper, that grill, center grill piece, these two chrome pieces here, all come from this car, and they go to a fellow out in Montana that's putting one together. So that's the life of what's left of this car. Better than seeing it go to the crusher yet, because there's still pieces left. So, like I said, just a little bit of useful or maybe useless information. So until next time, we will talk to you later.